It isn't a joke to say that the ability to think and perform well under pressure is the #1 asset of a good surgical technician. We've all seen shows like ER and wondered how anyone could think in the midst of all that chaos. Between the noise, the blood, and the general confusion, it's tough to know if one could handle such a job. The job a surgical tech performs is not unlike what we see on TV. There are, however, far less glamorous aspects of the job that are part of the everyday routine of the surgical tech as well. This video will give you a glimpse into the job of a surgical tech and the skills and knowledge needed to do the job well. There's a joke about doctors and everyone else in the hospital. Doctors are the ones who swoop in and look good, but it's everyone else who does all the work to get the job done. Surgical techs, like nurses, will have the most contact with the patient. This requires surgical techs to have good communication and interpersonal skills. They will be the ones who are usually responsible for the health and safety of the patient. The physical requirements of the job can be quite demanding. As the joke goes, hospitals are full of sick people, so surgical techs will have to be on top of everything there is to know about communicable diseases, always wearing gloves and masks, and being mindful of being exposed to contaminants like blood and bodily fluids. This isn't a job for the squeamish. Surgical techs are exposed to health hazards every day and are typically exposed to radiation every week. It's also particularly stressing that surgical techs are usually part of a team that's on call, working evenings, weekends and holidays on a rotating basis. As a member of a larger team, it's important that surgical techs have excellent communication skills and are able to express themselves clearly and precisely, since errors can cost someone their life. Thus, it's critically important that a surgical tech be precise. Surgical techs need to be problem solvers, always anticipating what can possibly go wrong. They need to be able to analyze situations and determine a course of action, especially when making a decision requires combining several different pieces of information. Surgical techs need to be good in math and have solid science skills. They must feel comfortable with machinery and gauges and be able to observe and evaluate what those tools are telling them. They must be observant and able to judge others' reactions to them. A huge asset to any surgical tech is the ability to do many of these things well at once without becoming confused, and the ability to keep going back and forth between activities and not lose track of anything that's important. As we can see in any movie about the profession, a surgical tech needs to be able to stand for long periods of time without passing out. Please visit us at surgicaltechniciansalaryData.com for more information on surgical technician salaries and the training needed to get started in this exciting and lucrative career field.